Thank you very much, Jeff. You'll notice that my name is not on the list of eminent people who've trained in Edinburgh. I predated that lot. I'm nearly as old as Alan Wright. I want to talk about an involvement of Thomson through for personal reasons, showing his breadth of human understanding, if you like, because I was in a very difficult predicament when I was associated with the MOET project in Northumberland. It's very opportune that we have this meeting here today because not only are we honouring Robin Thomson, but Edinburgh really is the start of modern dairy breeding programs. The late Alan Robertson's papers in the early 1950s were the stimulus for the creation of progeny testing programs in most of the civilised world, and his advocacy of the method of contemporary comparison provided the start of a rigorous assessment of data on animals for breeding purposes. So a good reason to remember Robertson and to link him to Robin's subsequent work. So Robertson was promoting progeny testing, in which we, because of artificial insemination, which was the latest technological revolution at that time, meant that bulls used in AI could have daughters, many daughters, in many different herds. And the method of contemporary comparison was a way of pulling together, integrating the information on these many daughters in many different locations. The next major technological revolution in animal breeding really was embryo transfer. And this meant that the limitations in the dairy species of a cow being able to produce almost a calf every year meant that a cow, if superovulated and flushed, could produce a live female if flushed every 6 weeks. And this changed people's perception of the role of reproductive technology as an essential part of a breeding program for livestock species. So the paper by Nicholas and Smith in 1983 created enormous interest. And Robin was very much part of one aspect of that, which was the increased scrutiny of many of the assumptions that Nicholas and Smith had made. So he was a key player in that particular activity. The MOET project that I was associated with in Northumberland was perhaps the one that kept most strictly to the outline that Nicholas and Smith presented. And so with donors in North America, embryos were transferred to the UK, moved to the UK, transferred into recipients in the UK, and by 1992 we had the first heifers available for evaluation. Now there were two aspects or 2 points of interest in these evaluations. One was to identify the best females so that they could in turn become donors for the next generation, and to identify the best families so that semen from bulls in the best families could then be marketed, and the product was called MOET Masters. So the herd that we had of up to 100 odd cows in the first instance, 100 odd first lactation animals, were a mixture of full and half sisters with their parents in North America. So my job, being responsible for genetic evaluations in the MOET project, was to somehow incorporate this parental proof information, foreign proof information. And this is before Interval really got operational. So we had to use conversion formulas. We had to translate those proofs into lactation measures and to combine that foreign information with our own herd 8, 10 or 12-week performance data. So that was a task that I had, and whilst in the UK national dairy genetic evaluations were already underway, albeit using USDA software. For political reasons, I guess, mostly, we wanted to do our own thing. We didn't have a supercomputer, not really even a mainframe computer, and I wanted to use proprietary software from Germany, not the USDA information. So I knew what I wanted to do, but I had not a clue as to how to do it. And I thought the best person to advise me on this was Robin Thompson. Now, we had worked previously on the inheritance of all and none traits, and he had undertaken important simulation work on the assumptions in the MOET agenda, and he had written a number of very influential papers on dairy sire evaluation in the 80s, 70s and 80s. And so I thought he was the ideal man. He could manipulate matrices in the air, which I certainly couldn't do. I knew what I wanted to do, and these were the limitations, and I called upon Thompson. So I filled him up with beer the night before. I was living down in a former miners' cottage in Northumberland, and we went off to work, and I said, "That's the job, there you are, get on with it." So I sat downstairs, sort of fretting as to what was going to happen. And I was appalled when after lunch he turned up and he said it could not be done. The software that I was proposing was not capable of undertaking the analyses that I wanted to do. So rather taken aback, I said, "Well, what do I do now?" He said, "Take me to the station and I'll go back to Edinburgh." So we set up on the A69. So Baselick Farm was to the west of Newcastle. And so off we went. And then we had one of those Trehane moments. He said, after a mile or two, he said, "Stop the car." So I did stop the car. And he said, "I have solved the problem." And I said, "What do I do now?" He said, "Take me back to the farm." So we went back to the farm, and he disappeared upstairs, and he came back and he said, "All done. So now can I have the first?" So I'm very much an old-fashioned, dirty acetate man. I'm not used to all these technical gadgets. No, not that one. That one. So this is some very early information. I was moved on to working on IVF management fairly soon after this, but these are the results. So we had, and fortunately, I organised to progeny test bulls from the MOET project through the National Evaluation Scheme, and they are the results at the bottom line there. And the pedigree index was the prediction of the genetic merit of the families that we were dealing with. The SIB test is the actual results that Thompson had come up with. And finally, we had the progeny test results at the bottom. And they show clearly that the method of analysis that Robin was proposing worked and accurately identified the best families. So we went off and marketed seen from the bulls in those families. Now, the whole project was a disaster financially. The Milk Marketing Board had bought, Genus had bought the MOET project, and their staff were very much still geared to progeny testing with large numbers of daughters as being the only sure way of making progress. So they were not on side, and the company didn't know what to do with it, and so the whole thing withered away and died. But it was a very interesting experiment, and a good example of the way in which you could actually you could bring together various bits of technological advancement and sound statistical understanding, which Thompson provided. So that was that. The final point I want to talk about is legacy. Now, those who have been trained in science are very insistent upon legacy. We had several comments this morning about citation indexes. Well, that's what I was keen on. So was, thanks to ASCO, this was an example of an earlier collaboration between myself and Robin. He had the ideas, I wrote the paper so that ordinary people could understand it, and this came out. And I was very proud of that. It's still the best thing I've ever done. As far as Robin's involvement in the MOET project, that's all I have. That is the only document that exists, and I cannot understand it. But because the Guardian has got very good file system, I was able to date that as May or something or other in 1992, so I know precisely the day on which Thompson undertook these analysis. So that's all I have to show for our efforts. But I'm eternally